Welcome back. This is the Whisky Couch in South Africa, Pretoria, with Whisky Couple, South Africa's Whisky Couple. My wife Elna and myself, Gustav. And Elna, today we are playing around with Jameson. Jameson whiskey from Ireland. Maybe we should read a bit. We have poured ourselves a whiskey here, these two side glasses. And it is the standard bottling, the standard blend from Jameson. And 43% alcohol by volume, 750ml bottle here in South Africa. And it says here, John Jameson founded his distillery in Dublin in 1780.
Oh, that's a long time ago.
1880, 1980. So what does that give us? About 250 years, 40 years.
Yeah.
1780, 1880, 1980, yeah. To realize his ambition of making the highest quality whiskey. Today, Jameson is still made in a single distillery. Today, of course, Middleton, not Dublin anymore, using rich pot still whiskey from malted and unmalted barley and the finest grain whiskey. And both of these distilled 3 times for smoothness. So we've poured this Jameson, and we just can have a quick taste to see what we find in this. Very light golden color.
It's a beautiful color. I like the color.
Standard blend. It doesn't say anything about the fact that no coloring was added, so we don't know. Is it the natural color or
But
not?
still, I like the color.
Bright gold. I'm getting lots of crisp grain and malt that I'm getting on the nose.
I get candy.
Candy.
Really candy.
Crisp
Also
grain and malt.
candy
on the
floss. I get the crisp grain as well, but candy floss,
almost
sugar candy.
grassy. Very crisp, grassy grain. And I'm not really getting a sweet note. Personally, but you say you get the candy.
I get a hint of caramel. Caramel is not prominent. But it's got a beautiful nose.
A bit of vanilla on the nose. On the palate, Slanjo.
Slanjo.
Very sweet.
Definitely very sweet.
Very
I think
sweet.
That's where the candy, the sugar candy is more prominent in the palate now, on the palate.
Grain sweetness with a little bit of honey, and the pot still spiciness. I get that only in the end, and it is like a brief experience.
Yeah, it's a short finish.
Interestingly enough, this whiskey in the Whiskey Bible, Jim Murray gave this a 95 out of 100, which makes this a liquid gold blend. This is the gift box here behind Elna. The gift tube, actually. You can see the gift tube there. Very nice gift tube with a tin lid. And used for blends mainly, I would think. But Jameson did something very interesting. The 3 gift boxes there behind Elna. The one says round, the other lively, the other bold. What Jameson did is they deconstructed this standard Jameson
that is
blend.
exciting.
Yes.
I think it's the first time.
There you go. You've got the
first
bold.
time that
It's the first time that they did this. For the travel retail market. Elna's got the bold. I've got the round. You can see the round there. Jameson round. Elna's got the bold. And then we have also the lively. Now what they did is they said that they pulled apart the main characteristics. For instance, the round. And we have dedicated videos on our YouTube channel on each of these. So you can go and have a look at those. But the Jameson Round's balanced complexity, beautiful, demonstrates how different cask types influence the final blend, which is the final standard Jameson. So they pulled this one apart into 3 different components, which is the round, emphasizing the cask influence,
And then the bold.
and the bold emphasizes the pot still.
That's right, yeah, the pot still.
A higher proportion pot still whiskey in the blend contributes to its feistiness, initially creamy and soft. So each one of these very nice whiskies in themselves.
And then individually, yeah.
Yeah,
We enjoyed that.
lively.
When we did that individually, we enjoyed that.
It's quite an experience to taste them individually. And in our whiskey tasting and food pairing evenings, the Jameson round is the most popular. No, the lively.
No, the lively, that's right.
Yeah,
Always
if you look
the
at the
lively.
levels here,
Yeah.
the lively
Yeah. Yeah.
is going down. The bold is not that popular, but nevertheless, the lively softly insistent Jameson lively is fresh, light, and crispy. A notable proportion of grain whiskey in this blend contributes to its elegance. Expect citrus notes balanced by sweet apple blossom and a prickle of spices. So what we want to do is we want to add a bit of each of these. We want to reconstruct the deconstructed Jameson. So I'm adding lively. I'm adding a half of lively. And I just give that a nose. A nose and a wee taste. Tell us what you experience there. Lively.
Grain, I will say grain.
So a grain again.
But there's still also sweetness, but slightly.
Lively
Caramel.
is the grain. That emphasizes the grain whiskey. And now we're adding a half of the bold. The bold emphasizes the pot still element. Reconstructing the deconstructed Jameson. Does it change? If you notice it now?
Yeah. But I see the color.
No, the color is changing.
The color is definitely changing. Oh,
There's something
citrus.
different now. Oh, now citrus starts to come into the picture. And
I love
lastly,
the nose.
the round, which is the different cask types influence.
Okay. Do you also
I'm
get
getting
the
that
citrusy?
same Jameson grain malt, but not as crisp as in the standard one. So here goes the cask influence emphasized. And this is one very long, serious dram that we've got right here.
This is wonderful.
So, is this going to taste the same as the standard blend?
The color
That is the question. We've got a bit more now, so the color... Let's have a look if the color of these are different. This is the bold. And this is the round. And this here is the lively.
Definitely color.
It seems like a color difference, but let's give it a white background first. White background.
There is a slight
color difference, but not that
darker,
much.
Yeah, more darker on the.
It does seem like that one is more darker.
Yeah.
It's lighter on this side, darker.
But not very prominent.
But is it your background, your
it can
blouse that's dark?
It can also be.
Let's do this.
Be there.
No,
it's
still lighter on that side,
but not prominent.
So a bit of a color difference, but it doesn't say that it's natural color. It does say that it's triple distilled, and this is 40%, whereas that is 43%. So a slight difference there. But here we go. This is the standard one. Lots of grain, lots of malt, lots of
I still get the
crispness.
sweet candy floss.
Vanilla, citrus, the caramel that you spoke about, the sweet, and then the pot still, compared with not that crisp, not so much malt and grain, much easier on the nose for me.
Really, than the
This is
standard
now
one?
the reconstructed one. Tell me what
Okay.
you think. I get more caramel, I get more honey, a little bit of a fruity note even, but for me it's more elegant on the nose.
Oh.
If we reconstruct,
It's softer.
yes,
Softer on the nose.
softer,
More,
elegant,
yeah.
rounded.
Yes.
Whereas this one for me is it's got a sharp grain malt.
I don't get the candy and the candy floss that was more prominent there.
On the
It's not-
nose,
On
there,
the nose,
not
not
here.
here. It's more with the citrus. The citrus is more prominent for me here now.
And on the palate,
Wow.
this
is a wow.
This is a wow.
This is a wow.
Compared to the standard.
A lot of your taste buds just explode.
And
with a
it
lot
is
of
also it's also longer, a much
Oh,
longer
yeah.
finish.
Yeah, the finish
The
is much longer.
pepperiness of the pot still
It's a little bit more
and
prominent.
the wood
Spicy.
influence lingers in the back, right in the back. Let's just before we conclude this video, let's add a few drops of water.
But the spiciness is also more prominent.
But it's
Let me then
integrated.
Oh, yeah,
You get
yeah.
the sweetness and the roundness and the fruitiness, and then the balance of the more prominent spiciness that lingers. I prefer the reconstructed. While you get the last taste, we have got a special snack prepared to do our pairing with this reconstructed Jameson. I have got my favorite ancient grain rice cracker, a bit of cream cheese, and a slice of cheddar cheese right on top. So that's going to be our pairing. Let me just get a feel for what happens after the water.
This is smoother, much more smoother for me, and it's got a longer finish.
And the water
With the
brings
water.
out a bit more of the grain. I can clearly
Spice.
feel sense the 40%. If you add the water, it is too soft for me.
Oh, okay.
It makes it
Okay.
very, very soft. So I prefer it
Smooth.
without the water.
I prefer it with the water.
With the water,
it's
because
smooth,
your
yeah.
preference is
It's
a softer.
It's softer.
Let's
but I
try
like
that.
it. It's still nice.
Food snack to pair with the Jameson. Some good old cream cheese on a rice cracker. You can pair it with that one. I'll pair it with the standard.
Okay.
Creamy, cheesy.
The cracker, there's a little bit of saltiness.
There's a
Wee
little
bit-
bit of saltiness in
Wee
the
bit
cracker.
of saltiness in the cracker.
Yes.
And that brings out more flavors. As if the spiciness is a little bit more than it was previously. But again, the caramel. I get the caramel now.
It gives it a fiery edge on the standard, and it tones down the sweetness, which I like very much. So this for me is a good pairing. It tones down the sweetness, and it makes it, for me, an overall more enjoyable experience. For you on that one, it brings out the caramel
As well as spiciness.
and the
The
spice.
spiciness is it lingers. There's a little bit of lingering of the spiciness and the caramel, but the caramel is not that prominent. It is toned down, much toned down now.
Maybe the water that we've added.
Toned down, yeah.
So that is it. Jameson reconstructing the deconstructed Jameson into the standard blend and comparing. This was quite a bit of fun. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video. Until then, sláinte.